Hey guys, Mr. Grahn here, 6.3 Properties of Parallelograms. In this video, we're going to talk about the properties of the angles of parallelograms. All right, so our opposite angles have to be equal, and at the same time, the consecutive angles have to add up to 180. If we think about when we talked about properties of parallel lines being crossed by transversals, right? If these two lines are parallel and this is the transversal, that makes these two lines alternate interior angles and same side interior angles, and those are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So if we look at this and let's say this is A, B, C, and D, I know that A and C have to be equal to one another, so angle A equals angle C. I also know that these two angles have to be equal to one another, so angle B is equal to angle D. I also know that these two, any of these consecutive angles also add up to 180 degrees. So angle A plus B equals 180. Angle B plus C equals 180. Angle D plus C equals 180. And angle A plus D equals 180 degrees. All right, so using that to solve some problems, looking at this diagram, we've got our parallelogram. Now again, there should be given information in here that this is a parallelogram, so the slide is missing a little something, but I'm telling you this is a parallelogram, so that's good enough for now. So looking at this, right away, I know that the opposite sides are equal, so that's kind of the easy one. We can just write a 114 there. And then the other two, they're just whatever would add with this to make 180. So we can do 180 minus 114, and that is what? 66 degrees. So that one's 66 degrees, so is this one. So we can add that in over here. Angle A was what? 66. Angle B was 114, and angle C was 66. All right, let's crank it up a notch and throw some algebra in there. So solving for our variable A and then finding the measures of angle H and angle J. So three-part series on this one. Now, I have to think about with this. Are these two things equal or do they add to 180? These are consecutive angles, right? I've got an obtuse and an acute angle, a big angle and a little angle. They're going to add up to 180 degrees in a parallelogram. So A plus 5 plus 8A minus 5 is equal to 180 degrees. We can now combine like terms and solve this. We'll put our A's together. That's going to be 9A. 5 minus 5 is 0, so that's kind of nice. Those cancel each other out. Love it when that happens. Equals 180. And now if I divide both sides by 9, I get that A is equal to 20. So now I just have to plug this stuff in to find angle H. So there is A, angle H. I just have to plug 20 in for A, so that's going to be 20 plus 5, which is 25 degrees. Right, so this is 25 degrees. Now there's two options for finding the other angle, for angle J. I know it's equal to this, so I could take that same 20 and plug it into here, and I should get what angle G is. Or I know that these two consecutive angles add up to 180, so for angle J, I could also do 180 minus 25, which I think is a little bit quicker. So I'm going to do that, and that is 155 degrees. Like that.